Well, I've tried a couple weeks ago. I've tried to build my own app in one day using ChatGPT. I was like, okay, I'm a beginner. I don't know anything about software, so I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to help me, and it did a lot of work for me. I built a web app that took me one day. That with ChatGPT, without GPT, I would have taken like 10 days maybe. But it does help you a lot with foundational stuff. But I would imagine Jimmy, for example, has is working with a lot of databases with a huge code base. ChatGPT is not gonna know shit about it, or like except you actually give it as input all the code base, which is
You can do that though. You can do that.
you could do that. But here's the thing: ChatGPT is smart and is usable in a lot of scenarios, like writing essays and writing like.
Not only that, but on
for example,
Excel as well. I had a project today. I was working on a task, and it's on a spreadsheet. It's on Excel spreadsheet, and I needed basically to get the sales of the last 4 weeks. And it's on an entire row, and every time a new week comes out, it directly updates the week. So I was trying to come up with a formula that directly updates the last 4 weeks. You don't have to change the row settings to the last 4 weeks. And honestly, I didn't know the formula. I asked ChatGPT.
But that's something that you can Google as well.
Exactly. Isn't that something you think that you would Google, and maybe you would put in more effort to find the link that gives you the best answer?
That's the beauty of ChatGPT. When you're Googling,
true,
you have to search for what you want. ChatGPT gets you exactly what you want from the question.
Well, you have to be in software eng. Like for example, let's say I worked with ChatGPT once. I tried it out. Not very efficient and not even very effective.
So
everything.
In what way? I need you to explain in what way, because I want to know how you could use that in Shopify.
Yeah. For example, I tried. I was working with regex, regular expressions. Something nasty, by the way. I don't know. You know about them.
It will just give a brief
context.
Yeah, it's suppose you have, like, for example, a sentence and you want to be able to detect whether it matches a pattern matching.
Okay.
So it's basically pattern matching. Told ChatGPT what I want to pattern match, and it was very inefficient in terms of like execution time. It took way more time to like actually detect the pattern. It had some missing edge cases, all that stuff. So maybe it gives you a base, like just as you were saying, Carl, like some foundation if you want. But some solutions require delicate hands.
Yeah, a lot of solutions have human factor in it, and
for example, like in terms of efficiency, what's better in your use case. For example, you have a company, have a big product. ChatGPT doesn't know shit about it.
Yeah,
that's true. It doesn't know. Yeah. It doesn't know your requirements, or maybe like your low level needs, or like maybe even like it doesn't think in the future. It just gathers everything from, I'm guessing, Stack Overflow. It gathers anything from Google and tries to provide it to you. It's not like a human being.
Yeah, it just looks intelligent only because it has this huge 100%, amount of code base. A huge amount of like inputs. I'll give you an example how ChatGPT can be done, right? I told ChatGPT yesterday, and I sent you that yesterday. I was like, ChatGPT, 33 plus 33 is 99.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, 33 plus 33 is 66. I was like, no, it is 99. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Indeed, for sure, you're right. It's 33 plus 33 is indeed equal to 99.
But you have to understand that this is machine learning.
It is, yeah. So it's learning based on the input.
When it first came out, I want to say I was part of the 5 million people who was using it on the first 5 days of it. And I remember asking it a question and it didn't know the answer to. And every single day I would keep asking the same question. It took her 3 or 4 days, I want to say, before it knew the answer.
Did it keep getting better by the day?
Yes. And so this is something where I find it's very useful. And now Microsoft, I want to say, I'm not sure about the right number, maybe $45 billion. Fact check this. They invested in OpenAI, and now they want to use it. They're in the process. I saw a LinkedIn post, the CEO of Microsoft talking today. He wants they're rolling it out now in all of its products. So imagine ChatGPT in Teams, or I don't know what other products it can implement it in. But I feel like this is something that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Having it as an API, like an open-ended API, like you can use it to
imagine it's like an extension, bro, where you can have it on the screen. You're on Excel, you're on Teams, you're on something. Hey,
That's
it's the
the thing.
technology.
That's
It's the
OpenAI.
technology.
That's
Okay, we're
OpenAI.
talking about the technology of it. Where
Yeah.
like where do you see the future of this? Okay, now maybe it's in the beginning of it, but do you see this growing in a way that it's gonna replace anyone, any job?
Yeah, well, no, I don't
that's a good
think-
question.
I don't think so. I don't think it can replace any job because
Any job.
I'm not talking
Be,
about
be
software
careful with
engineers.
your
Oh,
wording because
yeah.
when you say
Oh.
any job, that means all jobs are not going to be
yeah,
replaced
my
by
bad.
ChatGPT.
Some jobs could be replaced by ChatGPT someday, but of
Like
course
what?
they would. Some like manual data entry stuff, or like maybe like some.
You don't need
data
OpenAI for data
science,
entry.
maybe.
Data entry is
I'm not
easy.
sure.
But the thing is, like, you know what I did? I did a LinkedIn post, and I wrote like a big post, and at the end I was like, "P.S. This was written by ChatGPT," and it was a very well written post, and it was in
Yeah.
very human format. Like you would read
Yeah.
it and you would say like, "Yeah, that's fine."
That's
like,
that's
a person writing
Chris.
this.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Chris.
Next time, maybe
So-
ask ChatGPT to create a resume for you.
yeah, fuck.
And not steal any from.
You can
from
do that
fucking-
though. You can tell her I'm internship at Amazon and I'm studying computer science in McGill. Write me a cover letter for
But
my
yeah,
future
cover
work.
letters maybe.
It would write it.
That would be
it
a very
write very
good-
nice thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there are these businesses that do this, that write cover letters for you, that checks plagiarism for you, that does this, and this, and this. And I think that this software or this technology will replace all these. Like this is the new wave of technology that's going to replace all the other Web 2.0 old shit that we have right now.